Hello, I'm angry. I just recorded a video, but it did not work, so I'm re-recording the video. I'm not wearing any makeup, so sorry. I look like trash. I'm wearing a face mask. I got tested for the virus today. I've been sick for a little over 3 weeks now, and I have a lot of the symptoms. I'm not saying that I have it, but I called my doctor's office yesterday trying to see if I could just get antibiotics, and they won't do anything for me until the test results come back negative, which will be 10 days. So I have to wait for 10 days, and I have to self-isolate for 10 to 14 days. Even if it comes back negative, I have to isolate for 14 days, which is hard for me as an agoraphobic who was homebound. I've noticed that this whole self-isolation, quarantining thing, it's difficult for me. Now, I wanted to talk about it. That's why I'm making this video, is because I really want to talk about it with you guys, because I think it's really important for people like us who struggle with this sort of thing. Struggle with, not leaving the house, and then now we have an opportunity where the government is telling us not to leave our houses. But I feel like mentally, obviously it's not good. I'm not saying to go in public. Don't do that. Do not take the risk, and please stay safe and healthy, and please. I find it kind of funny how people are like, oh my god, it's like day 3 of quarantine, and I'm like losing my mind. I just want to go out and like blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I didn't go places for 5 years. I feel no empathy for you. Maybe that's insensitive of me, but people they don't realize like how lucky they really have it to be able to just freely go places all the time. And now that it's kind of being taken away from them, they're just like, oh my god. But for people like us, where going out is more of an issue, this is problematic in that way, because I know for me, I have to go out at least once a day, like out of my neighborhood at least once a day, because I'm terrified of being homebound again. This keeps falling down. And it's difficult when, I don't know, I've noticed that a lot of my symptoms, like my thought processes from when I was homebound, are coming back as of lately, which is not good, not healthy. And I wonder if any of you are also struggling with this, or like what your thoughts are on it. Because for me, it's, first of all, I know that it's natural to be panicked about the situation, especially for people that have anxiety disorders. The whole thing has me really stressed out, really worried, which is kind of why I'm kind of glad that my doctor's office forced me to get tested, because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, and I will think that I have something even if I don't. So when I get the results back, and they're more than likely going to be negative, then I can finally just, my mind can be put at ease. But until then, it's like, oh my god, what if I have the coronavirus? So I probably shouldn't be saying that. I think they're censoring YouTube videos from what I understand. Whatever. Censor me, Susan. Isn't that her name? The CEO of YouTube. But I just wanted to tell you guys to remember to, like, obviously stay safe for your physical health and for other people's physical health, but it's also important to take care of your mental health during this time too, which is, I'm finding it to be increasingly difficult, because a lot of places are closed, and I can't really go out in public that much or at all. I shouldn't be going out in public at all, which I have not been. Don't worry. I'm not one of those assholes who's like, I'm not going to quarantine. The only time I go out is in a car with my mom and the windows are up, or my dad, um, or my boyfriend. And I go to his house, which is about 10 minutes from here. But I've noticed that my want to leave the house is slowly decreasing, which is not good. I feel like I'm giving in to like the whole quarantining idea, because it's easy for me to self-isolate. It's easy for me to not leave my house. And I, at the back of my mind's like, oh, well, that's what the government wants. But I know that logically I can't do that because of my mental state. Now, a person that doesn't struggle from agoraphobia can probably easily do that. Not leave the house for, 14 days or however long and not worry about it. They might get bored. They might feel like they're going a bit crazy, but it's not an actual problem for them. For me, if I don't leave the house for a couple of days, then I have to worry if I can even leave the house at all. I have issues getting into a car. I have issues going down the street. I'll have issues going outside. And then I get into like these patterns of, well, then I become homebound. And then who knows how long it'll take me to where I can finally build up the courage and the strength to get into a car, to go down the street, to go for a walk even down my street, to go outside, to leave my bedroom. Like, there are times where I was homebound and I was terrified of leaving my bedroom. So for like a month, the only time I'd leave my bedroom was to go to the bathroom. I wouldn't even shower or anything. It was bad. I was at a very low point. So that's why I want to remind you guys to be mindful of your mental health during this time. Still go outside. Obviously, don't go to public places. Over the weekend, I went to a park. It was pretty much empty. My boyfriend and I just kind of sat there for like a half hour, and we had like a little picnic. No one else was around us. We were completely isolated from there was like a group of people playing like volleyball or something, but that was on the other side. Say to ourselves, I wore a mask the entire time anyways. And yeah, because I know that I shouldn't be going out because I'm sick, so I have to be really careful. But I also have to be careful being around my parents because they're a bit older. They're like at that borderline 60-year-old age, so I don't want to get them sick. So I have to be very careful. And yeah, life's a bit strange right now, isn't it? And it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. As of right now, I think the United States has the most confirmed cases, more than Italy and China had, which is terrifying. Parts of Florida have some of the biggest cases, like number of cases, so that's also terrifying. Did I say terrific or terrifying beforehand? I don't know. I'm not really thinking properly. I've gotten like no sleep because my breathing I've been having lots of shortness of breath, which has been keeping me up at night, to the point where I'm almost tempted to go to the hospital.